What's up, people? It's time. Welcome back. Day 8. Wow, we are just moving, hustling, getting through it. So, you already know that our goal for this live stream was to show you what our day to day looks like when we are building a pipeline of $100 million in enterprise value. So we are sitting with business owners that have a ton of cash flow. They have the capacity to transact, which is really great, and they're interested in selling their business or growing their business. That is what you've been witnessing: is us spending the time launching campaigns, talking about the psychology of converting people into an appointment, talking about the psychology of creating messaging that resonates with the right people. You've got to see some of the back end systems. You've seen our AI text workflows. You know what we're working on in the background as far as our value stack. What are our offers? How are we continuing to show up to provide more value to you? We are doing our best to literally lay out everything. Now, what I want to say right now is we set the goal to reach a pipeline of $100 million over 30 days. Sat with, so business owners with enterprise value totaling $100 million that we are actually speaking to, and we're already at 85.5 million. So day
What day
eight,
is it?
yeah, day 8, we're already at
All right.
85.5.
All right.
Easy. And we have another, I mean, I have 2 scheduled for today. I know Sam has a couple scheduled for today. I have another one scheduled for, well, I have 2 more scheduled for tomorrow, and I have one scheduled for Friday already, plus a couple for next week. So we already have pretty much beyond what we need in the pipeline scheduled, but we're not actually totaling it up until they sit. If you forgot what we are doing, we're literally just using AI to reach out to business owners to see if they're interested in growing or selling their business. And when they say, yes, I'm interested, they meet with us. We do a quick intro call, and then we refer them to the right resource. So if they want a free valuation, great. We have our brokers doing valuations. If they want to grow their business first and we're interested in making an offer, awesome. We sit down with them, understand their operations, understand their finances, and we find where we can come in to help prep their business for an exit by growing it first, putting the right systems in place, and then participating in the value we create on exit. And then if they want to sell their business right now, again, we find a strategic buyer or a broker that is interested in helping them sell their business and find and right buying the business itself. That's all. That's what we do. And that's business acquisitions, right? We buy and sell businesses with AI. Now, this works in any industry. Yesterday we launched a real estate I can't even think of how to
Wholesale real estate
thank you,
investor.
wholesale real
Oh,
estate investor campaign.
and then later this week, we will have a SaaS startup who wants to get some LOIs
Mm-hmm.
out about their product to find product market fit, and then they're gonna run it up. So they're wanting to run a campaign with us later this week to get 20 LOIs secured in the landscaping space.
So we've got a lot of stuff, industry agnostic, really fun, but this is just client acquisition. It's business development. If you want to talk to business owners that have money to transact with you, use our systems. Okay. And we're literally handing them all out to you. The boot camp has been rescheduled as well. Boot camp will be on Saturday, October 11th, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I'll drop the link in the chat. If you have any questions, let me know. Let's rock and roll. I'm going to share this link out to the world a little bit real quick. Sam, if you have anything else you want to chat about, what's your schedule look like over the next 2 hours?
Over the next 2 hours, I'm right here. There's a lot of people needing to talk, and I'm going to be building out a list as well so I can launch again myself. So I can, yeah, I'm right here. Myself. I think it's really interesting from the conversations that I've been having. Very open, very cool. Like and I think a lot of people, when you throw out a number like, oh, 50 million or 10 million, 5 million, like those are really large numbers, right? And then the perception of the business owners that they feel like they'll be talking to may be different. And what it comes down to is like these people are the same human beings that you talk to on a day-to-day basis. So the conversations are very easy. They're very simple, and people are way more receptive than you would think. And I'm just excited to show everybody else all the opportunities that are at hand. And when thinking about it, there's also a lot of things that we're able to help with outside of just buying and selling these businesses. Like some of my conversations are for capital advisory. Let's raise some capital. I want to find a partner that wants to invest into us. Um, there's just a lot of other parts of this ecosystem that I see opportunities in as well.
In my mind, I see that as like the same, right? It's like a partial sale. If it doesn't have to be like a majority buyout or a full sale, but if
Yeah,
they're even selling
minority growth
20%,
capital.
yeah, you
Yeah,
want $1 million and you're willing to give up equity for it, great. That's still selling your company. Um,
yeah,
just selling a little bit. Like if we never
yeah.
go raise capital, we'll just sell a little
One,
bit of
yeah,
equity. We'll just get a little bit.
one conversation I had was, which is really cool, that a horizontal acquisition with a pest control company buying landscaping company. So they're buying the $1.8 million landscaping company, and they want to bring in an equity partner here that wants to help operate them and then take over Florida. And that would be our positioning there, would to be find the operating partner.
What up, Enrique? Oh, he outside hanging out.
About people.
What's going on?
Yes.
Good
Just
morning.
having a walk currently. Are we streaming?
Yeah,
Yes.
you already know it.
Yep.
Look at what time it is. We doing this thing.
Yep.
Dang.
Cool, cool.
Good, good.
I need to send an agreement out, but I'm also struggling to find one.
Oh yes, I saw that in my calendar. I forgot.
Yes, boot camp is changing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. And I'm talking also about Tony. Tony.
Yep. I just met with
Yeah, I
him.
wasn't. It was too early for me.
That's fun. I'm a big boy. I handled it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, big boy.
Oh, whoa, pause,
Whoa, whoa.
pause, pause,
Hey.
pause, pause. This is live.
How was it?
Good. I'm actually really excited. So he was obviously, I mean, he's going to join the partnership, which is dope. Much love to him. He's bringing a lot of value, and he showed me the system he has for deal flow management. So like everything that happens on the buy side as far as managing the due diligence and prepping the financials and the rest of what needs to go in to be able to decide, do I want to buy this business, and then actually doing the due diligence and handling negotiations. He has AI support inside of the thing too. The point is I see where that fits into our greater ecosystem. So we have obviously the or the acquisition system that is being further productized so that we can do, more outreach to sellers. We have now with his system the capacity to do our own internal opinions of value. So we'll still grab the NDAs, grab the financials, but we can use his system to be able to put together our own opinion on the value of the business. And we also have the system that Ashish was working on for, it was like not going to be a marketplace, it's going to be like a front end to be able to see how the businesses you're investing in are growing, just transparency for stakeholders. But it's the same infrastructure that would be needed for a marketplace for sellers and buyers to connect. So we could still leverage that system, right? So after we get the opinion of value, now we can put the seller onto the marketplace with just a basic sim. This is what's going on with the business. Buyers can now choose which of the sellers they're interested in, and agree to pay for contact information and getting a meeting scheduled with the seller. These are already LOI ready, right? So we already have the financials and the rest of the information connected. When they buy, they're getting all the information that they would need, which means we can obviously charge more, but it's because we provided even more value. Now that buyer, broker, investment firm, whoever, they also could have access to the rest of this deal flow system that Tony has as well, which means now we are covering everything from getting a seller interested to getting their information to putting them in front of our buyer network and having all the information ready for the buyer, and the buyer can also manage the rest of that deal flow all the way to the end. So we have like the full acquisition ecosystem as far as like tech available. It's just about gluing all those pieces together and creating a standard operating procedure around how to communicate clear expectations with everybody involved, sellers, buyers, and our own internal team. And at this point, we've been talking about this for like 6 or 7 months, but I'm still thinking about potentially raising capital to be able to secure everybody enough so that we can focus on just making sure this ecosystem is seamless beginning to end, and we have the people in place to have the conversations, to manage relationships, to make sure that we're not experiencing churn within this ecosystem. So we're at the point where we really do have a fully productized acquisitions from start to finish, and there's no reason why we can't raise capital. So it's not like we need it, right? Because we can keep bootstrapping, but also I know further faster can't happen with money. But I wouldn't just go to anybody, right? I do have obviously relationships with family offices. That my family office client I've been working with for almost 2 years, so I think it's worth at least painting the picture and seeing what kind of offer we could get, because further faster, and I want to go further faster.
I've thought about it. The only problem there is it would also take away from our well, it would have to be the correct partner, because it would be the long game. This isn't something that it fully gets turned to well, unless it's two separate entities, right? The internal entity that handles the acquisitions and the portfolio, like the broader like family office model, and then the tech side.
It would just be the tech side. So if we're raising money, it's just for the tech. It's not for our own portfolio.
Think about like John Simmons, like Renaissance Technologies.
No, but tell me.
The first ever quant, essentially. The first ever like guy who was a rocket scientist and stuff like that, and then turned it into finance. And then he killed it in the markets, but that was also because of his data. So I see it from the perspective of we'll be able to get so much data that will be able to power the internal engine even better. And I'll be open to pulling the plug from the tech side at some point for the internal side of acquisitions, and to where the internal team is just building out that broader sense of the private equity firm and fund. So not everybody will be able to have access to the internal sentiment data and proprietary deal origination system, So yes, the tech side can still power that one because the internal one will always be better. But I was planning on, okay, for this time, training it and allowing everybody to have access, and then closing the door and taking all the access internally.
I'm just here to provide value. I don't think I have any anticipation of, like, once we give the systems away, the only thing that I could hold back is like future updates, right? And that's kind of, we're talking about the same thing as you just might not get all of the future updates. And obviously we update weekly, so you're going to want future updates. But I'm looking at the full ecosystem of the acquisition process, and I see a bunch of people who have a lot of talent who could just focus on the one thing they're doing, but they're doing several things right now because obviously they need to keep getting paid. And I'm like, if I can raise the capital to just pay you now, so that you can just do the thing that you really want to do and not worry about how you're going to pay your rent. Okay, great. And obviously, we could just go. We don't have to do that, right? I don't have to go raise capital to do that because we could just go sign more operating agreements, which we're doing anyways. But then that still means there's more clients to do fulfillment for, which takes you away from building the one part of the ecosystem that you are already working on. For example, this whole deal flow CRM. If Tony has to go get more clients, Tony's focused on clients and is focused less on making sure the tech is working and and moving forward. Same thing with
It's like
productizing.
what did Cody Sanchez say?
I don't
She
even remember
said
what she said.
the best private equity firms have their own proprietary deal origination system. So the full stack
Yeah.
from getting the sellers, financials, all of that, underwriting it,
Mm-hmm.
and then viewing it.
So
And
we
that's
can do all that
essentially
in-house.
that's what I'm saying. So
Yes.
it's like it's essentially, do I want quote unquote competition in a couple of years to also have access to that?
Yeah. To me, I'm fine with the competition because I know that we are going to be ahead regardless. Like anything that we offer,
Yeah.
we
Or you know
are
when?
going to be ahead.
No.
I can give it to you today, all caught up, and literally next month I will have
From a
another
capital
iteration.
raising perspective, I don't think that they would also have that same thought.
But we're creating our own competition in the market. So it's like they're getting paid from the systems that we're creating and giving away to the market. They would want us to keep giving this away, right? And I don't need to have like
Exactly. They wouldn't want the other side. They wouldn't want us to also have our own conflict of
Why
interest.
would we need our? My point is, why would we need our own when I don't? My plan isn't to just forever have like I want to get the businesses, and I don't need to have my own individual system to be able to build or find, buy, scale, and sell 100 AI powered businesses. Like I don't need all 18 million to myself. I need like 100. You know, that's fine.
I do see.
There's so
I
much
do
more.
see when you take it that route, yes. But like for example, we don't have access to McKinsey's systems. We don't have access to BlackRock's
Okay.
proprietary deal origination system. You know, and I'm not saying I want to be as big as BlackRock. I'm not saying I want to be as big as McKinsey because like that's not the case and not what is going to fulfill
Yes.
my own goals and passions and whatever I want to be able to give back to society and provide as much value as I can. So I do see from that perspective, and I agree there. I agree there. I was just also speaking from like the that's how they sound, which
I mean, we can
I
keep
don't.
I hear where you're at. You're like we can keep it internal, or we can make an external thing that is available to the public, and they can also deal source with us.
Like I said, it's either you raise 50 and you exit for, you know, a lot on the tech side and you live happily ever after, or you get all of the data, then you take it internal, and then you create generational wealth through like your own
See, I see
portfolio.
here. You're looking at creating generational wealth through the tech stack, and I'm looking at creating generational wealth through the ownership of the businesses. So it's like,
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying the generational wealth through
yeah,
acquisitions in the family and the
which is
family
not
office.
going to take thousands to do, right? It's going to take 100. And if I have the system that got me 100, now my focus is really going to be on building better systems for operating these businesses. Like our acquisition system is going to be fine, and we can everybody in the world can be doing acquisition. The next bottleneck they're going to run into is the systems for actually operating these businesses. So I'm going to focus on solving the next problem. I'm going to create the next problem, and then I'm going to solve the next problem, and then I'll probably sell that also, right? And then it's going to be
Right.
let's sell
Because
the
the
other.
IP would change. The IP would change because now they would be able to train on something else, probably further productize it, make it less
And we're going to collect the data the whole time,
whatever.
right? So if
Yeah.
anybody else
Well,
gets to
once
use this full ecosystem, we're going to be collecting that data on how it's being used so we can make an even better product.
no, right. Like I said, more clients, more data,
Yeah. So
better
build up
systems.
the tech stuff, have it, raise some capital for it so that we can reinvest in making sure that the tech continues to move forward, and we can also start building out our other our other systems necessary for operating businesses and hire the right people to come in and help support us. Because right, we're going to need a full-time in-house like CPA. We're going to need a broker slash law firm, and I already have ideas for people in my network that I might want to bring in to be our internal resources. But eventually, like I want this to be a fully in-house operation as far as the acquisitions themselves go. So when we are actually buying our own businesses, that is not a part of what we'd be raising capital for. We would raise capital for the tech so we can build that up, increase our monthly cash flow, and eventually even sell the tech. I don't mind doing that because now we have capital to go buy businesses and implement our systems and be owners of multiple businesses rather than owners of just like one tech stack. So the tech stack can fuel the funding for us getting to buying businesses quicker. And this is just my hypothesis, right? I don't know, but that's my thought, right?
Right. No, because I've thought about this like so much, like over the last
I'm
like
like 6 months
for a
deep in
long
this.
time. For a long time. No, I've been always thinking about that because like that's the reason why when we think about something, we're always thinking about productization and like how it does like anything that I do. Because I was never thinking to have a job forever, like be a service provider forever. How are you going to be a service provider forever? You need to be able to sell IP. Like my friends patent things all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I remember sending that in the chat before too. Was talking about like patents and productization and how important that is. But in this conversation, I do see how that works. It's just the IP is so valuable, you know. And then I don't know. I feel like I just want to raise the bar to who would get access to it. Like I don't know because
To me, I'm
everything has
like,
to be
we're always
verified.
going to have some, like, we are always going to continue to make something better. So if I give you something today, it's going to be already the best in the market and incredibly valuable. And I'm still going to make something better in 2 weeks. And I'm still going to make something even better in 2 months. And 2 years from now, it's going to be unrecognizable. So, like, I don't know. I don't see the value in gatekeeping the systems. Yeah. Like I know from some people's perspective, if we gatekeep it, it is proprietary and we make more money from the systems, like the productized system. But truly, where I see the most money being made is inside of the actual business that these systems go into to
Yeah,
then
that's where more money is, man.
buy and sell the business, right? So buy the business, put the systems in place, sell it. So I don't mind sharing the systems that help us find these businesses because that the real money is in buying the businesses, implementing these systems, and selling them. So that's where I'm fine with keeping that part a bit more proprietary, right? Like how do our systems inside of these businesses work? But then even once we sell that business, whoever we sell it to is going to get access to all of our systems too. So there's not really even the capacity to be proprietary on that end. Inevitably, everybody's going to see the systems, right? The buyers who buy these businesses from us are going to see the systems. The sellers who we implement the system in before they sell are going to see the systems. All of the operating partners that we bring in are going to see the systems. So I'm like, I might as well
True, but those
sell the
always get
systems.
reiterated over times too. Those always get better over trained data as well. It's always a constant process of getting better. If you stay stagnant, then
Yeah. My,
you'll
my plan is
collapse.
just collect as much data as possible. So that means offer as much value as possible so people use the thing so they can give us feedback so we can collect data. So yes, you got access to our internal thing, and now I'm getting, and thank you, the exchanges, you're sharing your data with us willingly so I can go make something even better so I can return access to you to something that's even better. All right, so everybody wins in this situation, and as far as I can see it, you get to use something
100%.
that we wouldn't usually give away to anybody. We get data to be able to make these systems better. We go buy some businesses to be able to implement these systems and make even more money. Uh,
So what is the ideal capital partner? Is it somebody that's like, here's some money, I'll talk to you probably about like once a month, just I'll leave you alone, or somebody that wants to be involved, or
It depends on how much
and
money, honestly. But no, preferably it's somebody who does have some experience in the acquisitions life cycle. And honestly, ideally, I would be happy if they also had like a broker slash legal function too. Like if we could also get capital and the backing of a in-house broker slash legal team all kind of in one deal, I would be happy. Same thing if they have a CPA that's already doing, those kind of transactions. I would be happy to bring on those resources because then I don't have to go find somebody and I already know this is a vetted team. But I do understand also that the more value they bring, the more equity we'd be giving up. But I'm fine with that. I don't hate
You know
it.
what's funny? Like, we don't need any of that if we were buying businesses ourselves. Like
What the
at
broker?
that point now, like
Yeah,
yeah, like if you were
I
reaching out
agree.
with the capital, you don't need to have
I would
any
definitely want a
sort of
broker and a legal team and a
well,
CPA
yeah,
before I invest in
100%.
any of that stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like if I mean 100%. Like I don't see where I wouldn't. I definitely need those three things. I need a CPA, I need a legal team, and I need a broker. Like because I'm not licensed to do those things. But if we had that in house because we got investment from a family office who already has these relationships, and now that is a part of our in-house team. Now we are the brokerage, right? We are the legal team. We are the CPA.
So, pest control and like smart home systems and stuff like that, like
Mm-hmm.
Vivint and
Yep.
all of them. So that's who we were talking to yesterday
Mm-hmm.
as well. Like the old CEO of them and that family office was that's the startup that launching for the landscaping because they just did a landscaping roll up and now they're building a software to help landscaping procurement and they want to use our systems to first get LOIs for here, but this is like the first step into everything else. They're about to build a venture studio, you know. So essentially, this is the venture studio that goes in. They give capital, we pop out, able to supercharge the mission, and then the rest is history from there.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about raising capital for us.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a venture studio. That's what I was saying. Like we just connected yesterday with that fund that because they're now into cool stuff. They're not doing much. They just sold a couple businesses for billions,
Mm.
and now they're just like they have some stuff that they're doing on the AI consulting route, but like only for hundreds of millions of dollars of companies, where they go in and they build enterprise level AI into your businesses and consult you for about $5,000 per client for per employee, and these companies have like 250, 500 employees that come to these like trainings. They only invest in like cool stuff, and they're building out a venture studio right now in to invest into cool ideas and startups and businesses.
They want to give us some
And
money.
yeah, yeah, essentially, they're very interested in what we're doing here, and they want to continue those conversations, but they want to start here. They want us to start like here. They're like, okay, we just bought this landscaping company. We spend so much money on procurement. One of their like, because it's like a family, like there's barely any people. Like if you've ever been to, the family office. There's like what 10 people in the office. Like it's small, but it's like impactful. So like some of their guys, their analysts, they are building a software for um, landscaping land procurement, and it's a big deal because like it just like hire AI instead and save 90,000 a year, or 100,000 a year, depending on how big you are. And yeah, they just want to start here. Let's get some LOIs for them so they can go get some money
So
to build this.
when you're saying like so they're trying to buy land,
No,
then what are you talking about when you say like you need to get some LOIs? Like
they have a demo for their software that they want to start speaking to landscapers to say like, hey, look at what we can do. Like, do you want to buy this? And then they'll be like, yeah, we want to buy it. All right, sign this LOI. We'll have it done. Like they want to get
oh
product market
gotcha. So
fit. It's product market fit
it's not built
before
yet.
they
So they're trying to
it's built. They could get it. Like they showed me the demo yesterday, and that's also some things that they want us to help them with is because we'll be able to
Yeah.
communicate with the landscapers as well.
I'm just
Well,
confused
no, with the
about
nurseries.
what are they signing LOIs for if it's already built? Aren't they just getting subscriptions or
Yeah,
like
MRR.
so
They're
it's just
getting MRR.
a subscription
Like,
then? Like, what is the letter of intent for if it's just like they're buying a software?
so they can go get the money for building the software.
Okay, so it's
They
like
want to show they because it's a like it's from the mindset of like Silicon Valley raising pre-seed and
yeah,
like
yeah,
doing
yeah.
all these other things. So they're going out to market to test the idea like, hey, is this something that you would want? Like
Yeah.
if we can give this to you like this, all of that. It's the same way when you go to buy business or land or anything. It's just like, hey, I like you. I'm gonna buy your thing for this much money. My due diligence would last like 90 days. If I don't do this in 90 days or whatever, then like we're
Yeah.
not on this agreement. It's just good faith. Like it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that they have to pay you or anything, but that's what they want to get interest for it. They want to get
I
some
got you.
demos out there and see if they could sell. And then from there, there'll be more conversations because we already had that connection with these guys. They just want to build up that
Yeah.
relationship
So
day before
when
marriage.
these appointments happen, they're not gonna necessarily be like selling anything at that moment, right? They're just like, we're expecting to sell you this thing for this price, and if we can deliver on that, you're interested in paying for it, right? And then the landscaping companies will be like, yeah, I'm interested in paying for that after you do it, and then great, it goes back to their team to finish the build, and then you just reach out to the people, and they're already ready to buy. So they're not actually collecting any cash at LOI. Okay.
No, they
So it's
don't
more or
need
less
to.
just like waitlist with feedback.
Yes.
Do you want to join this
Yes.
waitlist? Okay, cool. I just wanted to wrap my head around why we were calling it an LOI in this situation. But I do see what they're looking to do. They want feedback from the actual market before they finish the build. Shit, I would sell it
Yeah.
though. I would sell the waitlist. All right, you want to be on the waitlist? Great. We're gonna finish this up, but put $5,000 down. I don't know what
They
their price
they
point
they
is, but
they come from such a like a corporate type of like mindset and like how they because they've been with so many different startups and businesses in the past that like this is how they go get product market fit. This is how they do brand strategy. It's how they do that. You know, because like if I'm able to go speak to five people who say, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy that and sign a piece of paper," then even if none of those five buy that, when I go back and get money to build it and then take it to market, other people will want to buy this product outside of just them, even if those five people don't pay me. Like I just know that now.
sorry, I keep getting
And
people saying that my mic is too low, so I'm trying to fix that real quick. 1 second. Hey, yo, people on the chat, just let me know when you can hear me. Okay, please and thank you. I might have to just unplug this mic and go direct. What up, Favor? Let me know. Architect, let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sorry, Sam.
who's here?
Much better. Okay, people are telling me it's much better. I'm gonna try to just keep my face right here. I like to lean back a lot when I'm kind of just chatting, so sorry if I get too far from the mic, but here we are. Okay, let's keep rocking. So you're gonna launch that campaign for the software people on Friday, and he says, "Shouts out to Sam. This is Jarvis. What's up, Jarvis? Welcome to the live. You're gonna launch that on Friday. We have the real estate investing launched yesterday, and I look forward to updates on how that's running. We did schedule 2 more appointments last night for today. I scheduled a $4 million and a $2 million appointment. So both of those are happening today I have a, what is this? I have a 1 o'clock, so I'll jump onto that right at the end of the live stream today in about an hour. And then I have a 3 o'clock as well. Both of those phone calls will knock out. 2 tomorrow, 1 on Friday, 2 on Friday, excuse me. What was I doing? Okay, I need to send an agreement real quick out. and an invoice so we can collect some cash. Let us know if you got any questions. We are here. This is the annual. And we are about to be at 14 of our 20 slots available in this collective. So that's cool. 6 spots left. Come hang out. Work with us every day. Be our friends. Yay! Join these conversations about how much money we're going to raise and if we're going to do that and how we all become multi-billionaires. Quarterly agreement. Because this is not our conversations would be totally different if we were looking at building like a 7-figure SaaS company. This is not that. This is not that. Quarterly partnership program. Okay, download agreement, yay. PDF. Sorry, I do not have these conversations are life-changing. Shout out Jarvis. Thanks, Jarvis. They have changed our lives. Don't do drugs. I hope that's some life-changing advice. It was a joke. Do whatever you want. I don't judge. Live your life. Enjoy yourself. Me and Enrique were talking yesterday about what specific companies we would want to target for our own operating for equity and inevitable acquisitions play. And I think we're narrowing into marketing agencies specifically. Just because obviously we can already cross sell some of our other systems inside of that business immediately to immediately increase like cash flow. And we also just want to have more channels. So if they have some sort of proprietary system for getting people's attention, then it just adds to our tool stack for doing the deal sourcing. But we're getting a lot of interest from home service companies, obviously. So like, and manufacturing, and just home services in general are hot. But that doesn't necessarily add value to us in our other initiatives as far as like continuing to deal source and broaden our like, for example, if we wanted to acquire CPA firms, I can see how that plays into what we're already doing, right? Because then we have an in-house CPA that can do like the financial audits and some of the financial due diligence, right? And also CPAs are hot targets right now.
I see that.
Okay. And I feel like it's boring enough, but like nobody's going to replace CPAs. Like accountants are going to be around literally forever. And also accountants aren't necessarily like in the job because they absolutely love accounting. It's usually a secure money play. So they are already predisposed to expect, if they see a good number as far as selling their firm, it really shouldn't be much of an emotional decision. So I don't think it, well, not even I don't think. We've talked to a lot of CPAs and I see that it's not necessarily like a hugely emotional, like, oh, I'm not sure if I can let go of this. It's more like, okay, well, if the number's right, then let's do it. You can always build another CPA firm, right? Take that investment, go do what you want to do. If you want to start again from scratch, just with more money, or buy your way into a larger firm. I don't know. There's so many options as far as like multiplying that money after you get it for selling your firm.
Yeah. They already really know their number though, because they handle their own valuation.
Some do.
And they know how much they worth.
Most do, though, I'm sure. The three I've talked to, actually, no. They still want outside opinions from, but I mean, this guy was doing like two million in revenue, so it's not like he's huge, but he still wanted an outside opinion for his business worth. I'm like, okay, cool, we got you. This is Tony. See how the campaign's running. In the states, they're interested in buying existing banking businesses. Nope.
Ooh.
Please call me around 4:30 today. Easy. And Tamindo. Managing partner.
Had to sneeze.
Bless you.
Appreciate it.
I don't. All right, this guy might be interesting. I have a 4:30 that just scheduled, but he's mostly only interesting for my investment firm partner. I can't tell if he's a RIA. Like they do investment advisory, but I didn't see anywhere labeled that they were registered, so it might not be a good fit. But worth the call. So that is at 4:30. $4:30. Please be Eastern. I don't know. What's that for? Just to say what's up. Hi. Howdy, hey. Great. Is that 4:30 Eastern?
Interesting. This is an empty binder. It's so empty. Why? Come on. Are you for real? Okay. Please tell me these are not Charlestown comments. And we still have. Jesus. Okay. I told myself I had to pee for the last. What time is it? 2 hours. I just need to stop what I'm doing and go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Checking off stuff in my head. You've been feeling
I need to close that door. I'll be calling you today to discuss your funding options. Please text me. Okay. Four. 4:30 Eastern is best. Okay, and we have the finance guys getting back the evaluation for that direct mail company that I might want. That call is at 4:30.
Hey, I'd lose my brain if it wasn't in my head.
I'm gonna close this. Where's Enrique at? Where's my boy at?
He was on a walk.
It is early for him. Well, not really. It's like 9:16 now. Let me see. I want to know what he's working on. I'm just being nosy. Just so you know, I am live streaming right now, just in general, so you are aware that you have been on screen for moments.
Okay.
You're going to be world famous.
I am gonna get a box so that I don't have to make trips.
No, that's perfect.
I don't know about world famous.
Well, you're going to be world famous to 6 people around the world
Okay, I guess that counts.
that are concurrently viewing. and then the hundreds that'll view later.
Only hundreds? Looks like a short.
Well, I've got 3,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, look at you.
Shit, you know. This is I'm at the family office, but not a family office like investment firm, like the office that all of my family works at. Yay. Document variables. Do you need any help?
No.
Okay. You're doing great.
When have you not known me to be stubborn?
Oh, all your life.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out. You don't feel like you need to move stuff. I'm done bothering you.
All right, love you.
Oh crap, I'm not.
I got it.
I gotta work on that computer.
Oh, this one?
The one behind you.
Oh, okay.
If I don't set the email back up, it's not gonna forward over.
sent out 2 NDAs.
I'm good, thank you. When was the moment you realized acquisitions and AI integrations with businesses for exit strategy was your vision? When was the moment? When was the very first moment? I was at a mastermind event in Arizona a year and a half ago, and the guy it was his house that we were at. He wasn't hosting the event itself, but it was at his house. And he had a presentation about mergers and acquisitions because he was talking about how he grew his own trucking line from nothing, right? And he didn't grow through like marketing or word of mouth. He grew through strategic acquisitions and then sold his trucking line to Red Bull for a couple $2 billion. And I was like, what? And then he goes on to talk about what is buying and selling businesses, how do people get paid in that. So obviously him as the business owner, he grew through acquisition strategically, but then he also got paid for selling his roll up, right? His whole platform, because he has his own trucking line that he had bought a bunch of other trucking lines and built them into this one company, as well as a couple service shops like mechanic shops and other stuff like that. That was a good add-on to the services he already had running, right? So own the shops that you're going to use to service your trucks, right? So you keep that money in-house. Anyways, as he was talking about this, I started to see, I'm like, oh my goodness, everybody's just buying and selling something. What bigger game can you play than buying and selling businesses? So I've always been thinking about this from like the highest leverage opportunity. Originally, I was helping other AI agencies be able to work with their business owners. And the reason for that is because I wanted to be able to work with 250 owners by working with, 25 agencies, So if I work with the agencies and then they all go work with the owners, now my services, my value can be multiplied. So I've always thought about how can I be able to multiply as much of my impact as possible without having to show up directly, because one-to-one services, you can't scale that much. But if I help 5 people and those 5 people each help 5 people, I just helped 30 people total. All right. So that's how I've always thought about it. Same thing with buying and selling businesses. If I can focus on helping facilitate that transaction, 18 million business owners need to sell over the next 5 years. There's $2.6 trillion waiting to buy them. There's only 4,400 brokers in the United States, people who would typically be searching to make these connections happen between the sellers and the buyers. I just noticed there's a huge gap in the market. sellers need this, right? They need to sell their business to be able to retire. Buyers want to be able to make solid investments, and they need to be able to have these conversations with the sellers, but they don't have any systems in place to be able to reach out to 18 million people. Brokers don't have the systems to be able to reach out to 18 million people. So there's just a huge gap in the market that we're able to fill. And I knew that I wanted to get into buying and selling my own businesses because I heard that story and I started to realize, okay, everybody's buying and selling something, right? And then I noticed what the gap in the market, I learned where was there a gap in the market. And the systems I've been building for the last 2 years are client acquisition systems. A family office client of mine asked me if we could use these systems to be able to find daycares and preschools that wanted to potentially sell. So a client asked if we could do it. I said, yeah, I'll try. I tried, and we absolutely crushed it in like 30 days. And I was like, holy shit, this is it. So it was really just listening to the market, listening to people who make a lot of money, and realizing the people with the most money invest in businesses, right? People will tell you invest in stocks, invest in property, but the people who have billion-dollar empires, they invested in businesses. So just, I'm going to follow the money, right? I know that the value we're able to create in the world is massive. I know that these business owners need our help. I know that if we can connect them with the right buyers, then these businesses continue to thrive and support their communities. And I want to impact billions of people. So I'm just looking at what is the highest leverage opportunity that's going to get us to our goal of being able to fund communities around the world that are self-sustainable and supportive of each other. Buying and selling businesses is the quickest path there. AI happens to be our vehicle that we're sitting in to help facilitate buying and selling businesses, but all of it is to be able to make sure that people have somewhere safe to go to sleep at night, wake up happy and excited to go about their lives, and we can do that as a community around the world. So if I thought the fastest way to do that was freaking selling cars or something, I'd be selling cars. If I thought the fastest way to do that was, I don't know, insert anything else, I would be doing anything else. But this is where we found the most leverage. So we're going to solve this problem and bring as many people along with us to do it, because there's a huge opportunity. It's a huge market that is very, 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 very much untapped. But we're going to tap it. Trust that. 18 million business owners need to sell over the next 5 years, and I plan to reach out to every single one. Every single one. Because we can. And we're offering gold. So. All right. Agreement sent. Invoice good. Whoop whoop. What is Vera? I'm assuming this is Vera OS. I'm looking it up right now. Automate smarter, optimize faster, grow stronger. I just see a calendar, but I don't see. Let me click on some links. I don't see what services they provide. I don't see anything about their process. I do not know who this is. Automate. Yeah, I just see a nice tagline. Automate anything. Just use a simple prompt. Connect your daily tools and business workflow. AI agents. Vera OS turns your instructions into fast, effortless automation. No setup, no hassle. So it's like an automation builder. Easily connect your business and personal accounts in one convenient place.
The website doesn't work.
I got a link that does work. Here you go.
Well, no, it works, but like buttons aren't.
Yeah, the buttons are not directing the right place. But I removed the slash on the back end, and then.
No, I'm saying like here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking it. I know
it's a wait list.
Yeah, I know nothing about it right now. I can't even join it, and it's an automation builder, and I absolutely love NADN. So you're gonna have to pry NADN from my cold, dead hands. Okay, that is the only way you're gonna get me off of that platform, because I can self-host it, pay almost no money, and I love building automations over there. Like,
It's just the most like you can do anything you want. It doesn't have to always be AI either. Like, what makes Veros to where like that's just like saying, okay, I'd rather give Veros my data.
I want it. I want my data.
Right.
I don't want to give it to Barrows.
And
They might be cool though. I don't know. Once
yeah,
there's
they
a
might,
little wait list, you know.
but
But
it's
it's
like
like,
zero set up. I like to be an engineer. Like I like to put my hands on it.
yeah.
I like to configure it myself.
I'm shit. I would be fine with having, but the thing is, like, there's like the Claude MCP server, like the innate MCP server, right? So I could go talk to Claude and have Claude build out a full automation for me. The reason I don't do that is because I understand how information flows through a system, and if Claude messes something up that Claude built, it's gonna be even harder for me to just. I can just whip up an automation in like 5 minutes, if it's simple. But I just like to have the control so I understand, like, if something does break, why did it break and how can we prevent that in the future? Inevitably, though, we do intend to have like self-repairing automations, just like we have self-repairing AI prompts that can have the conversations. We also want self-repairing automations, but I haven't seen enough of a problem there yet for it to be worth trying to spend, a month, 2 months, like building a self-automating automation. But other people think it's cool, right? And I get it. If you don't have the technical experience or you've never built an automation, like, I can understand why that is really exciting. And I think if it does work well, it reduces the gap and it makes automations even more accessible to people. So I love the product idea. It's just I'm not necessarily sold on it yet. I'd have to actually like really play with it and actually put it into a production level system, because a lot of people will show you like, oh, this is a simple little automation that works out the box, but then once you really put it into production, like, not everything works straight out the box. Amazing. Devanch, Jarvis, Derek, thank you for your questions and your comments and your concerns. Thank you for being here. I think we were just talking about the right thing. I just saw, yeah, Veros. I believe that was right, unless I made some assumptions. What is next? I have a call in 23. Oh, and good friends are texting me. Thanks, people. Other smart AI people are just checking in because they like me and I like them. That's one of the best things about having a community and being able to like share what we're working on, is we meet a lot of really great people in the space that are running their own companies, doing their own thing, finding their own success, and they have their own path, right? So there's many paths out there as far as like how you want to take the next step, but the most important thing is having clarity on where you want to be and who you want to be with, right? What do you want to be doing? How do you want to be spending your time?
Yeah.
And at the core of it, I want to spend my time with people who want to buy and sell businesses. I want to spend my time with people who want to build better business systems. I want to spend my time with people who genuinely care about like how we spend our time together in this community, who care about taking care of themselves, taking care of their families, taking care of their health, taking care of their mindset, taking care of their spirit, right? That's who we are. Business is important, but it's an extension of us as people, our internal alignment, what resonates with us. So we attract a very like particular person, people who love to work hard, but not just on business. Like, they work hard on themselves. They work hard on coming up with their own ideas, coming up with their own truth, right? Standing up for themselves as they are individuals. And those empowered people come together to form this awesome collective. Like, Sam has all of his own experience, expertise, and insights, and his own internal wisdoms in alignment with his self. Enrique comes with all of his own experiences and wisdoms and self-alignment. Dex comes with all of his own stuff, right? I'm obviously here talking about everything that I believe in and where I feel like there's the most alignment moving forward. And we just happen to all share alignment on our vision for where we want to go and how we want to create this world around us. Who do we want to attract? Who do we want to work with? How do we want to spend our time as a collective to build something that starts inside, right? That starts with a vision that we all share, but together we can manifest it into reality. That's what we're about. We'll show up every day to keep making this happen because it starts inside. It's like, this is not an option for us. This is not like an alternative. It's not a, oh, well, we'll see if this works out. Like, this is what we're staking our lives on.
All in.
All in, baby. And we don't make excuses. That's another thing I love about everybody here is we don't make excuses for why things do or don't work out. Right?
We figured out the way to make it work.
Exactly.
Yesterday, I was like, I did spend a lot of time just making sure I get what I want from just AI tools.
Yeah. We don't just throw up our hands after 5 minutes and say, oh, it's not working. Let me go find another tool or watch another YouTube video. It's like, nah. We break some stuff until we fix it and make it better.
I gotta show something.
Please
Let me
do.
just share.
I'm just on my soapbox right now. Please share.
Yeah.
$4.30. Hey, Ricky, are you about to share something?
Yes. Let me just turn my camera. There you go. Oh man. This is turn. Give me 1 second.
You're good. Today's pretty chill. I like that. All right, Ricky, I'm gonna let you share, but I don't think you're gonna need me here for a second. I do have to go use the restroom, but unless do you need me to be here to witness what you're about to
Yeah,
share?
I want you to see this, obviously.
Okay.
But
wasn't
I
sure
can
if you were
wait for
sharing.
you.
I wasn't sure if you were sharing for the live stream or sharing for me, but go ahead.
Yeah, for everyone.
All right, well, I'll be here then. Let's do it.
Okay, so as you know, and you guys know probably if you have been watching these lives, we have a goal in the other side that is on the like distribution side that is basically reach 100 million followers. But it's not just followers on social media, it's also like people that actually just resonate with our message that is you have control over your life and you're able to build whatever you want if you believe it and if you put the action into it. So that means that we should be able to just make content, distribute this message. So I was just figuring out the best way to just turn our content into something sexy so it gets and reaches to more people. So yesterday I was playing around with the tools that I figured out are going to be great for this, and I created this assets. Well, this is presets, okay? So this is all made by AI. The prompts created the image, and then AI turned the image into a video. Look at this, bro. Look at this.
So this is going to be like B-roll when we're talking about stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I dig it.
yes.
Quick little animated B-roll. I love that.
Yes, quick animated B-roll, very sexy, very aesthetic. The lamp flourishes. This is based on your
Talking about the
specific
difference
short.
between cyberpunk
Yeah,
and
the
solarpunk.
solarpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like 2 futures possible.
Oh,
And then it
shit.
shows like 2 roads.
I said that. Okay.
Solarpunk, tech sustainable. and then I need to work on this preset, but it should be on this, like it should start from here. So it's zooming out, right? Technology helps us become better people. So it starts with Solarpunk because we're making the AI figure it out where to place those B-rolls. So the AI decided to make 8 B-rolls for this short form, and this is all the short forms. Well, this is the images that we created from our presets, and then these presets became videos. And the videos are just very simple, very attractive. They just make the short form turn into something like very like to increase the retention and make it a bit more addictive to just stick around. And this is going to be automated. The goal is to be able to reach 33 pieces of short form per week for each of us. And I think the highest leverage activity for us is just to make this type of streams, make long form and turn it into short form clips. And also, obviously, you can record yourself just talking to camera. You can send it to the automation and it will edit it for you. This is so cool, bro.
That is sick.
Yeah. Bro, the time it took me to get to this point is just incredible.
7 days.
Well, yes, it took me 7 days to get to this point, but like to just make this motion took me like 7 hours straight prompting.
I like that.
Yeah.
But now you know how to fish.
Yep.
So the next time it's gonna take 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited.
That's beautiful. That's huge.
Yeah.
On so many fronts.
Yeah.
Because
So many.
now that's already another opportunity for a business who has an issue with social media where you're able just to click a button and be like, well, boom, we'll give you 30 short form reels a week too.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
AI ads. Once people want to scale into ads, it's an insane set. And now that's B2C. That's direct to consumer type of offering from a service perspective, but hands-off service.
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm gonna share it in the community that I'm at, because I haven't seen someone like do this type of B-rolls with like AI. So
Right, and like organic AI, because it's like they film a video, then they could just throw it in and get all this out.
Yeah.
And it could be like an internal tool rather than something that they have to go to like CapCut for or like whatever.
Yeah.
It's huge. What's different from like the other people that post about like their content automation and saying like, oh, this is how I post on all these accounts and stuff?
I mean, it's totally different. It's just a sense of like luxury. I think it just gives luxury to your brand because you're putting yourself out there and you need to have a brand. AI with like those tools, they don't like, it's not something that you are like, oh, this is cool content. It's just like one more piece of AI content. But this looks like someone took the time to edit it, to make the motions, to make the graphics. So this is something completely different that I wanted to just create that quality, create that luxury, and stick the colors to the brand.
100%. Clip it. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. We're still I'm still waiting to see what you cook up with that landing page.
Oh yeah. I haven't put the time into it.
All right, the energy's starting to roll into me now. I'm starting to wake up. Takes a little bit in the morning.
I'll be back real quick.
All right. Well, since I'm here alone, I'm waiting on Enrique and Trey John's headshots, but here's what I'm building. A lot of the times we're getting curiosity, like people ask for more information and whatnot. So this will be what is getting sent to them once they book an appointment. I'm gonna add my credentials here and then have Trey John and Enrique here as well. What makes us different going through, we have institutional backing at buy-side insights, partnering with private equity firms, strategic acquirers, and institutional investors, seeing both sides of every deal, unprecedented leverage and positioning, help growth capital raising capabilities, post-acquisition operators, cross-industry expertise, tech-enabled, business-focused approach. Yes, we use AI, but we come with a business-first approach, then flexible models, different owners, different needs. We facilitate connections, implement improvements, operate alongside, or position for exit. Meet you wherever you are, wherever you are. Boom, boom, boom. What to expect on our call. It's kind of our flow. Ooh, I should probably pull up in the chat, see if there's any questions. You're all by my lonesome. Yeah, Jarvis, let's talk today, man. I want you here. As you guys see, today is very Wednesday-esque. If you know what I mean.
Okay, I've got about 3 minutes until I have an intro call. So I will do that live because it'll be a good learning experience for everybody involved. And I'm going to just prep for that call real quick. This is the deal sourcing. I believe this is in my scheduled appointments with Kaufman. Let's see, how big is this business? Ooh, I told him 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Pacific, and I meant to say 1 p.m. Eastern. So this should be scheduled on because he's in Central. But he might be thinking 4 Eastern, and that's my bad. But we're gonna give him a call, see what's what. It is a furniture company, it looks like. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Doing about 4 million in revenue. More than just tops. Manufacturing, distributing, seller, countertops. Wow. Since 1957. That's pretty good.
What industry is this?
It does countertops. So, like, manufacturer, distributor, and installer of countertops to customers, builders, contractors, and developers. So they're a furniture manufacturer. Well, manufacturing and installation, but manufacturing is probably what I would call this industry. And I have his phone number here. Let's give him a ring. I'm also going to pull up his LinkedIn real quick. And he's calling me. Hello, Robert.
Hello, this is Bob.
Bob, thank you very much for the call. This is Trey John. How's your day going?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
It is another beautiful day. And I appreciate your time. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I do record these calls just so I have a summary afterwards to make sure I
Okay.
continue in the right direction. But I wanted to give you that heads up first, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Bob, I reached out because we've been looking around at some manufacturing companies, and I came across Kaufman Tops, and I love what I see so far as your reviews and obviously your long-standing history since 1957. But really, I'd like to know more about you and where the business is at right now and what you're looking for moving forward, whether it's investment to grow or potentially selling the company. And I'd just kind of love to hear your story from you.
Yeah. Well, that's why I reached back out to you. Probably looking to sell.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So the thing is, I don't know if we're big enough to be handled by someone like you, because I mean, we're a relatively small company. Our sales are right around the $2 million mark, so it's not huge. And I don't know what you guys handle as far as size goes. Yeah, I mean, and how it all works and everything. So
Yeah. Well, let's dig into it. And 2 million in sales is a really great number still. Typically on the low end, we won't go anywhere lower than about 750,000 annual, and that's really at the lowest, and it has to have a really great, obviously, profit margin on it. But anything right around a million, 1.5 million, if the profit margin is at least 30% or so, roughly, if it's about $500,000 in profit annually, then it's worth starting the conversation. Is that about accurate?
no, No, we don't, our profit's not that high. It's closer probably to like 10, 15%.
Okay. And is there
So,
any? What's your room for growth looking like? I guess if there are any areas where there could be potential room for some improvements or optimization, do you know of any?
um, well, to put it this way, we turn away business daily.
Okay.
So, I mean, with the whole world of things being online now, um, the sky is the limit, really. I mean,
Great.
you could double it pretty easy. I mean, you just have to have the right management staff in charge, and the financial backing, and I think the potential's there. There's no
Sweet.
doubt. I mean,
Well, that sounds good to
so.
me. I guess just tell me some about what what is preventing you from being able to accept more clients? Because if you're turning people away, that's a good problem to have, right? That means you have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah,
But I guess what's standing
right.
in the way right now?
I just I'm in my 60s. I'm to the point where I don't have enemy to grow it.
I
So,
hear you.
it's just one of those things. It's just that it's at that point in my life. I'm like, okay, well, do I really want to double the size? Not with the investment you have to make to get it
Hmm.
to be there. I just, I mean, my retirement's, could be a year away, or it could be 2 years, 3 years away. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Okay, yeah. Well, that makes sense to me. How about your team? If you were to potentially sell, do you have management in place that you feel confident would be willing to help out in that transition and stay on?
um, somewhat. I mean, it would be definitely. I think if the sale was to happen, it would probably involve me staying on for at least 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
Trying to,
Is that
get the right
ideal for
people.
you?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what the purchases look like, and
Yep.
the structure of everything, wage and hours and things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, easily.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. And as far as an ideal buyer for your company, would you feel like you need it to be somebody who has experience in running a manufacturing business? I'm sure with you staying on potentially for 6 to 12 months, we could do a lot to make sure that your knowledge gets handed down. But in your ideal timeline, if we find somebody who already has some experience running a company similar, would that be something that you feel would be more ideal, or what does your ideal buyer look like?
Yeah, I would say someone that has some history of running a business,
Yep.
preferably in our industry of countertops and cabinets, would even be more beneficial.
Yep.
So
And
I think we'd be classified as a good add-on. Yeah, I
that's
mean,
what I see for sure.
yeah, yeah.
I like that a lot.
So
It would be a
I mean,
strategic acquisition.
because I mean the plant's it's 20,000 square feet. There's room, you could, on the property, you could double the size if you wanted. Um, yeah, I mean, and being located on the northeast side of Milwaukee, it's great traffic wise. To get south into Illinois, or up, or northern Wisconsin. So it that location's good.
Yeah. And do you own the property that you're on?
Yeah,
That's also, an incredible bonus as well. Well, right.
yeah,
The property
yeah.
itself is
Because
an asset.
the purchase price would include the sale of the building too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, just alone, the building alone is about 1.5.
Okay. Yeah, that's really great to
So.
know. How about any other assets in the business, right? Any machinery,
Oh, sure. I
any
mean,
trucks?
there's countertop manufacturing equipment. There's CNC equipment. There's countertop saws. There's other saws. There's everything that accompanies manufacture countertops and cabinets.
Yeah, I mean that's great as well, right? So you do have obviously the cash flow of the business, the property, as well as the assets, and the business itself. And when was the last time you had a professional valuation done?
Um, God, when was it? It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think the biggest asset of the business would be the building. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, the property itself.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's really, I mean, that's really great. I'd want you to be able to know exactly where you stand first. So what I do is, and it really just depends on what resource you want to have to be able to make the decision on your end as well. But
Hmm.
I do have a broker that I work with that does valuations, and we're able to offer those completely complimentary. So you do have a good understanding of where you stand today.
Hmm.
And then based on whatever number you get back, you can kind of make your decision from there and say, okay, well, it looks like I like this number and I want to move forward with a buyer. And then in that case, obviously, we'll also introduce the appropriate buyer for you as well.
Hmm.
Um, and if it looks like there's some room for improvement over the next 6 to 12 months, if that's something that you wanted to participate in, then there could also be the opportunity to grow some before your business actually gets listed.
Hmm.
But I know according to your timeline, it looks like ideally if we can get a listing up and get a buyer involved much sooner rather than later and see what kind of structure we can work out. I do feel that, keeping you on for 6 to 12 months would be ideal for everybody, but I don't know for sure. And obviously I want it to make sense for you as well. Uh,
Right. Right.
but I'd like to get the process rolling at least, especially so we can do that valuation first
Hmm.
and you know where you stand. So this is what I want to do. Well, actually, in my I do have one more question real quick.
Hmm.
The As far as where you want to go. So if you were to sell, do you know how you would spend your time or where you would reinvest afterwards? Do you have family? Do you have other expectations for what you would do?
Not at this point. So, yeah, I have family, but obviously yeah, I don't know what I'm not sure what I would do right now.
Okay. I just want to make sure I understand what's motivating you, and ideally I can make sure that we can find something that aligns with your expectations and getting you on to transition and however that makes the most sense for you.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be obviously, I- turning from maybe going from owner to employee would be nice, and then relieving that pressure, and then getting into a 3 or 4 day work week would be nice.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So.
Bob, thank you for that. I appreciate the information so far. So what I want to do is I'm going to shoot you an NDA, just standard NDA, so all of your
Hmm.
information is protected. Because I'm going to ask to start collecting some information about your operations and your financials, so we can get
Hmm.
it over to the broker. What the broker will do is he'll put together a valuation within the next 72 hours. So you'll get that back, and then we'll sit with you and actually go through the valuation to answer any questions that you might have. And from there,
Hmm.
your options will pretty much be laid out in front of you. Um,
Yeah,
and
because our fiscal year just ended in September, at the end of September, and the accountant's in tomorrow. So,
Perfect.
if you got the reports, and I think we're tying everything up. I'm not positive. We're still trying to get some final billings and stuff out for the year and whatnot. You know what I mean? So,
Okay, is that going to take a few days to get back, or when are you expecting it?
um, hopefully I can get it tied up tomorrow.
Okay,
End of day tomorrow, Friday latest. And maybe get something at least preliminary to you. You know what I
sweet.
mean? So that you can draw some details off of that. So,
That
so
works for me.
you know,
So I'm gonna shoot this. Let me shoot this NDA to you.
okay,
Just I'm gonna put you on. I'm not gonna put you on hold, but just give me like 2 minutes of silence, and I'll shoot it to you. I just want to make sure you get it. Okay.
okay.
Alrighty. Thank you, Bob. Okay. So fairly straightforward, fairly easy. That's all the intro calls are. It's just really understanding what do they need. And he needs evaluation. So I'm going to send over an NDA now. And I'm doing this on the call because
I do too. Yes.
okay, I'm doing this on the call because I want to make sure that we are actually confirming the next steps are happening.
Down to Torontomy, and I got to pick up at LDS.
So the goal is to get him to sign this, obviously now during the call, so that I know. Okay, great. We have
Unless he's too tired. He's been on the road since 5. And if he's tired, then just let him go home. Just tell him right away tomorrow morning we gotta get in here at 6 and get that stuff down to Toronto, and I gotta pick up at LDS. So.
Okay,
No,
non-disclosure agreement is up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See what he says.
Signature. I thought I already had a template, but I did not, so. Effective as of date between text and text. Okay. Save this template.
What do you say? Okay. Yeah, he might be tired. He's already at 7 hours in today. Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
Okay, Bobby, still there?
Yep.
Awesome. Hey,
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
great. So I've emailed it to you and I texted it to you as well, just for your convenience.
Okay.
At the top, you can just put your name or your company name, and then at the bottom, it's just there for your name, title, date, and signature.
It says I wanted to view the template, and it says I'm not allowed to.
Try this second, because the first time I sent it, I accidentally set you as the primary signer to sign first, and then I sent another one. So you might have gotten if you're looking at your email, you probably would have gotten a second email. But if you're looking at the link I texted you, then it should be the accurate one.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yep. Okay, sweet.
Right.
So if you can obviously go through that, and if you get that back to me, I should be expecting the documents on Friday, correct?
Yep. Yeah. Everything goes good the other day, and on tomorrow. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it not letting me? Okay. There it goes. All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna just send. We don't necessarily need to do a call, but if it happens to be later than Friday at the same time we started today, I'm just gonna send you an invite to just as a reminder, and I'll give you a call if I don't hear back from you by then. But if everything goes well, then I'll still send you an update in 48 hours that I've received everything and we've started the process for the valuation. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for your time today, Bob. And I look forward to getting this valuation back for you and seeing where we can go from here.
Sounds good. All right.
Alrighty. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Bye. Valuation prep call.
I just got some feedback here from that $50 million business that we spoke to yesterday. Saying like he really enjoyed talking to us. Thanks for making the time. Canada was a huge opportunity for us before I got sick. What we built, there's nobody that has anything close to as fast. Sits in my body as fast as I heal. I've been doing experimental treatments out of pocket to who I used to be. So, like I said, there's like two companies coming together, but he had like 5% chance of survival. He's sick, so he's recovering. So it's more of a longer term conversation here. But I mean, it's always good to get some good feedback.
Yep, 100%. I think we're in a good spot. I would say that was a good live stream. That was good today. I know that some of it was obviously just behind the scenes talking about some of our financial moves, how we want to continue to grow, whether it's through bootstrapping or potentially raising capital, because obviously we have a ton of value and we definitely could raise capital if it was something that we wanted to be able to do ourselves, which is always on the table. Really, the next steps for that is I'm just going to go sit down with the family office I already work with and see what they think, just to get their opinion on the situation. And also I'll likely reach out to a few other people I know and ask them just about their process as sorry, I'm changing screens on accident. Their process when they raise capital. I just want to be able to have as much context as possible. It's not necessarily like a super priority right now, but it's worth starting to collect some more information on and deciding what's the best move for us moving forward. But I don't think it's going to be necessary, right? We can keep bootstrapping. We've bootstrapped for 2 years. We've put over $300,000 into the system. It's like, okay, well, we could get $1 million today, and that would be dope. But also, we could just go make another $1 million and keep going. So that's where we're at on that. Good stuff. We got to do an intro call, so you guys got to see. I mean, literally, all I did that whole time was just answer questions. We used our system to schedule that meeting. We just reached out to him yesterday. He was already interested. I got clear on exactly what he was interested about during this call today. He's interested in selling. I got a decent picture of his assets, and really just so I understand where he's at, what's going on. Their 10 to 15% profit margin is not great. I will not lie about it. That means they're only doing at most like $300,000 in profit, but that also means there's a lot of room for improvement, because 10 to 15% is it's just not great. And there has to be places where there's just revenue leaking in there, which we'll get to see when we get his financials back and we do the valuation and the operations report. We'll know exactly what he needs to be able to move forward. So that's just to kind of frame and give some context about why I asked some of the questions I asked. It was just to really understand what is the value of the asset he's sitting on. Fortunately, they own their property, right? So that's another millions of dollars worth of value added. Fortunately, they already have their own assets, right? It's a manufacturing company, so they have equipment and other things that are already valuable. So while his cash flow sales might only be 2 million, he also has another $1.5 million in value of the property he owns. So that's about 3.5 million in value. And I bet he has at least $500,000, if not $1 million worth of equipment. So realistically, he's actually sitting on about $4 million worth of value right now, which pretty solid. It's actually a lot easier to find buyers or other investors for manufacturing companies because they own a lot of their assets already, and that's just further collateral to be able to make a confident investment in a company like this. But that was just relationship building, right? And I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel rushed. I even was willing to leave him on mute for 4 minutes while I put together this NDA. So I didn't rush off the call just because I didn't have the NDA ready. I wasn't like, oh, well, I'll send you the NDA and just get back to it when you can. It's like, no, I want to make sure you have it. It's open on your screen. This should be something that you're handling right now. I also set clear expectations for when he's going to get the financials back to me, right? So I said, we're going to be able to do this on Friday, right? He was like, yeah, we definitely should if everything goes well. And I said, okay, well, also I'm going to send you a calendar invite for Friday. So if I don't hear back from you by then, I will give you a call just to make sure everything's going smoothly. And that is literally on his calendar. So he knows that he has an NDA to sign because it's literally up in front of him on the computer. He knows he needs to get his financials back to me in 2 days because he literally has an invite. So we have very clear expectations on both ends now. I know what to expect from him. He knows what to expect from me. I let him know the day you get me your financials back, we'll start your valuation. You'll get it back within 72 hours, right? And we'll explore your options from there. So it's just setting clear expectations, asking the right questions to understand what resource we want to give to them, and then setting clear expectations for how we're going to deliver the value that we promised. I'm promising a free valuation. This is how I'll deliver it. Okay. That is all. That is it. And that is our life. we put leads into the system. We schedule those appointments. We have a human in the loop step with AI. So AI actually writes the replies and then we just approve them or we edit them slightly. All of that is based off of the training that we put into the system. So when we give these systems to partners, everybody gets them. And also, Andon, what the frick is up, my guy? I saw you had retracted a message, so I wasn't going to say anything. But you're saying, what's up, gang? What's up, gang? What's going on, dude? Love to see you here. Would love to catch up sometime soon also. I want to know what's going on your side. We've been cooking on things over here. But give me a call, brother. Give me a call. Let me know what's happening. Typo earlier. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll text you, or just text me or call me. Phones work 2 ways.
Yes.
Same thing. Enrique's over here talking too. He wants to say what's up. That's all for the day, though. Talking to owners, building relationships, getting documents, performing valuations. This guy, for example, just to kind of wrap up the thought process here. Obviously, we have multiple angles that we can tackle this from. We can get a free valuation, and then obviously through our brokers, they can go find a buyer. I could also get the valuation and shop it out to our own strategic buyer network, which maybe I do. There's also a play where we come in and help grow the business, operate for equity before we connect a buyer. He's not in an industry that I have particular interest in operating in, which might change because we talk to a lot of manufacturing people. So maybe my desires change and I'm like, okay, we might as well create a operating playbook for manufacturing companies and then just take over that market. But realistically, he wants a quick sale. He wants to be out. He wants to start talking to buyers now. So I'm just going to get him to the resource that he wants immediately, which is to be able to talk to buyers and see if he can get a good number so he can retire. So I'll get his documents back. I'll get his financials back. I'll send those to the broker. We'll get a valuation done. We are actually working on an internal system to be able to do opinions of value up front ourselves, though. There's another partner who should be joining the partnership program with us today, which will put us at 14 of the available 20 spots. And this partner's been working on a deal flow management system that also has calculators built in natively with his AI that he built into the platform, so that we could get the financial documents from a company, put it into this platform, and get our own opinions of value done. So then we don't necessarily have to go to the broker first to get a valuation done, which is, again, gives us more control over the timeline and over how we're managing these relationships. So it just gives us a bit more leverage throughout the process. So I'm super excited about that. We literally have the full stack ecosystem products for every single piece of this. The client acquisition piece, we have a product for. The deal flow, we have a product for. We may eventually also have a marketplace where we bring sellers and buyers into the marketplace. So after we have these conversations like I just had, when we have that marketplace, we would get the financial information. We would use the deal flow, the calculator that can give us an opinion of value. We would then put all that information on our marketplace and from the seller side, and we would have buyers that we have introduced to the platform paying like a small monthly subscription just to have access. And then when they want to engage with one of the sellers that we have listed, awesome, they would just pay for that information at that point. So they would pretty much have all of the documents that they already need. It's just, hey, I want to have this conversation at this point and dig deeper. We would be able to give them a really great financial overview before they pay any money. And then if they want to actually engage because they want to send a letter of intent to be able to start the negotiations with the seller, that's when they would pay us. And then obviously we would still want to be compensated on the back end when that business actually closes, right? So we may inevitably have that platform too. It's already built. I just have to decide how we want to leverage it, and it's already been promised to me. So whenever I want it, we have it. And that's our full stack, right? We have the system to get more sellers in. We have the platform itself, and we have all of the pieces that a buyer might need to be able to manage that deal and make sure that the communication from both the seller and the buyer are on point, so we can close these deals faster, so everybody gets paid faster, and we can move on with our lives. Right on. That's it. If you are interested in the partnership, Jarvis, we do have a boot camp that we run. We're running on October 11th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern until 2:30 p.m. Eastern. It'll be 4 hours, super focused on specifically what is it like to work with us, but also giving you all of the systems so you can start checking it out for yourself. If you want to be deal sourcing with us, so finding sellers who want to sell their business. If you want to be operating in these businesses with us, so helping a seller prepare their business to sell so that you get compensated even more when that business sells. If you're interested in buying, scaling, and selling businesses, then you're a good fit for the partnership. But first, if you go to the boot camp and you get the full system laid out, you can make your decision for moving forward with our partnership. I would highly recommend going to the boot camp on Saturday because it's likely going to be the last one we do for a while. We are getting pretty busy doing the operating stuff, so I want to go focus on doing some operating things. We love you guys. That's why we're here, sharing all the value. Go check out the boot camp. The boot camp link is right here. Give me 1 second. You should already be in our free community, right, which is where we're dropping these links. So you can find it there, but also I'm going to leave it here in the chat. In the bootcamp, we're giving away the system snapshots, the workflows, as well as our outreach copy, the agent prompts, the recording of the bootcamp, as well as a couple playbooks we put together that shows you the exact roadmap that we are following to be able to buy, scale, and sell 100 AI-powered businesses, build $1 billion business portfolio so that we can fund regenerative communities worldwide. So you'll get to see our whole game plan over the next 5 to 10 years. That all comes with the bootcamp. So come hang out. Come do it. So we'll spend some time. We'll give you all the answers. There's also a bonus session where for an hour on screen, you get to ask me all of your questions and we can break it down to make sure it's a good decision for you. We have 6 spots left for the official partnership. You must go through the bootcamp first so we know that you're serious about the time that you're going to spend with us, and we can make sure that you can make the best decision for yourself before moving forward. Bootcamp. Yes, October 11th, 10:30 a.m., 2:30. It will be recorded. You will have all the assets, and we have a secret bonus giveaway that I'm not telling anybody about until we're actually on the boot camp. But we're gonna make this thing sexy for you. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. You're gonna get early access to our productized AI client acquisition system as well. So I spilled the beans. But that means like literally whatever industry you want to do business development in, I did. So even if you decide that you don't want to necessarily do business acquisition,
What up, Harrison?
what up, you will be able to use this system for any industry you're doing business development in. So again, it's a bonus for anybody who joins the boot camp. You will get early access and some time free to just have the system and start using it. Only if you go through the bootcamp, though. So I wasn't going to announce that until the bootcamp itself, but here you guys go. Thank you for showing up to the live stream. You get the golden nuggets of wisdom, which is going to be absolutely insane.
You're just dropping spoilers on a Wednesday?
Ridiculous for no reason. Truly,
Yeah,
I'm out of pocket for this. Yeah. Anyways, let's wrap this thing up because here we are. You guys got to see a live intro call, which is really exciting. Also, you heard. I mean, it was just casual. I even told him, hey, this is being recorded just so we can do the summary, but he knew it was being recorded, super casual. We don't have to lie about anything. We don't have to claim to be something we're not. I didn't even have to talk about, literally none of that was even about me, right? I didn't talk about any of my experience in the space. I didn't talk about how we build systems. I didn't talk about how we operate in businesses to help them grow because it wasn't relevant to him. If he wanted that information, he would have asked, and then I would have happily answered. But most people don't care about what I do, right? They care about what value can they get from this conversation, and I just clearly articulate that. Hey, do you want to grow or do you want to sell? Great. If you want to sell, why do you want to sell? What are you trying to sell for? What are your assets? Where are you at? Have you had a valuation yet? Okay, well, you definitely want to know where you stand today, right? So you can make the best decision moving forward. Yes, of course. That just makes a lot of sense. Everybody wants information to be able to make a wise decision on how they're going to spend their life, right? On how they're going to be rewarded for their investment. He just invested the last 30 years of his life building this company. He has $4 million worth of value he's sitting on. He wants to see his options, right? That's like pretty much a no-brainer. He doesn't care about me, okay? He doesn't care about Infinite X necessarily. He cares about how can he walk away from this conversation with more value than he started. And that's all we have to provide. It literally was a 10-minute conversation it was 16 minutes total, but 10 minutes of talking, 4 minutes of me preparing an NDA, 2 minutes of us just setting clear expectations for when we're going to get the information, and we were done. All in all, including the time I spent researching that company, I took about 2 minutes before the call started to actually look through it. I had to obviously send the text message replies. The AI generated them, and then I just, tweaked them a little bit and hit send. It took 2 messages to book him. Like literally total effort, including the call and everything else with the system already working, 25 minutes. 5 minutes of time spent actually booking him, 2 minutes to do a review, and then like a 16-minute call. Absolutely crazy.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm going to wrap this up, though. Thank you all for being here. Come hang out on the boot camp. We're doing it on the 11th. You'll get all the answers, plus all of our systems, plus early access to our client acquisition system that we should be releasing at the end of the month. And as soon as we release, we're going to give it to you guys first. Thank you for being here. Much love to you. This has been buying, scaling, and selling. Wrong tagline, my bad. This has been building a $100 million pipeline. Live and in person. Today we started the day at $87.5 million sat with. I'm going to count that one because I know the rest of his assets that he's sitting on, including the equipment he has and the fact that he owns his real estate plus his current cash flow. I'm going to count that one as $4 million because that's about how much value is there. Is $4 million in enterprise value. So I don't know if Sam sat with any. I think he's on a call right now, but I'm going to.
He's on a call right now.
Okay, cool. And I'm not sure how much it is, so I will update you guys in the recap tonight. But that should be $91.5 million sat with, and our goal was $100 million in 30 days. We are on day 8. Right? Today's the 8th.
Crazy.
On day
Yeah,
8.
today's 8.
Yeah. And we're already at $91.5 million. And I have another one scheduled for later today. He will show up. I have 2 more scheduled for today, actually. Boom. Booyah. 91.5. That's where we're at. We'll keep you guys updated. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. Go hang out in the community and say what's up to some of the other people, because I bet you if you share some about your own story, you'll start meeting people now who resonate with where you're at right now and where you want to go. And you can start to build some really incredible relationships. That's the point of a community. So go share who you are, why you're here, what you're learning from these live streams. Go share in the community, because you can find other people. It's not just us. We're not the only ones that are dope. Everybody in our communities are also super dope. So it starts by you putting yourself out there and sharing where you're at. And we want to know more about you as well. So I can only see so much in this chat. I want to know who you are. Go share inside of that free community. If you're not a part of it already, boom, here it is. We have 1,700 people in here. Okay? Be one of the ones that participates and hangs out, and we will continue to provide a ton of value to you. Just let us know who you are, what kind of resources you want, and we will tailor these live streams to you as well. Okay? Thanks so much for being here. Much love to you. Day 8 of building a $100 million pipeline live is coming to a wrap. We are at 91.5 million, and we'll keep you updated. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 11:25 Eastern to 1:25 Eastern. Much love to you. And I'll do the thing. There we go. Peace.
Where is it?
Peace.
Peace.
Where is it?